Hi. I don't think my name is important. What is important that I have been one of Jehovah's Witnesses since 1975. What prompted me to do this is the fact that only 2 months ago, maybe a bit more, 3 months, let's say 3 months. 3 months ago, I was disfellowshipped. I'm 72 years old, approaching 73. For many years, nearly 45 years, I was living in Australia. 6 years ago, my wife passed away from horrible disease, Alzheimer's disease. 6 years she was in nursing home. 3 years I took care of her at home, doing all the necessary things. I have not been active member of Jehovah's Witnesses ever since that change in generation. Then came membership of the UN, which was to me unacceptable. I just couldn't take it. I just couldn't swallow it. So ever since I became inactive, didn't go to the meetings, didn't go to witnessing, of course. I'm not saying that I do not believe in God. After reading many books, I got even question upon the name of Jehovah. Who really is Jehovah God? The second problem that I personally had, learning that Jesus Christ is not the Jesus Christ that I believed in and still believe, but it is the angel, or Michael the Archangel. Now, I suspect that many of you current Jehovah's Witnesses are not aware of the fact that when you get baptized, the question was, are you baptizing in the name of Jehovah God, Jesus Christ, an organization lately? Funny, very funny. You answered yes, and you got baptized, you got in the water and all that. Sadly, many years after that, 75 was long ago, almost lifetime, I learned that Jehovah's Witnesses believe in Michael the Archangel to be Jesus Christ. I have done a research into the subject, and I come to conclusion that It is impossible. I'm not demeaning, I'm not putting down Michael the Archangel, but the Bible says that you're not supposed to worship angels. Whether archangel or angel, doesn't matter. So, I believe that my baptism is invalid. That not knowing who you're baptizing for, in whose name, it's a reason for treating your baptism as null and void. I urge you, whether you are current Jehovah's Witness or you are studying to be one, please, you don't have to read so-called apostate literature or watching YouTube apostate websites. It is enough if you just read literature of Jehovah's Witnesses. But be careful what you read. Just take a good look and understand what you are reading. I can give you plenty of examples, or actually proofs what I'm saying. I will give it to you. Another thing, the question: would organization be dishonest with you? Would they, it might be harsh word to say, but I'll say it anyway. Would they lie to you? Oh yes, they would. Wow, big time. They're lying all the time, non-stop. At every given opportunity, they lie. They are deceivers. For example, did you know that back in 1989, in US, there was a case of TV evangelizer Jimmy Swaggart, who was sued by the US Taxation Department, or whatever it's called, for unpaid taxes for his literature, selling the literature, selling books, I don't know what, tapes or videotapes, whatever. His case came before US court, and what Jehovah's Witnesses did, they have joined Jimmy Swaggart's case as amicus curiae, that is to say, friends of the court. What was the reason for them to join Jimmy Swaggart, who was totally against anything Jehovah's Witnesses believe, whose preaching was, even according to Jehovah's Witnesses literature, was not acceptable? I'm just trying to be polite. And the Jimmy Swaggart lost that case. What it meant for Jehovah's Witnesses, they lost too as well, because suddenly there was announcement in a congregation saying that From now on, we are not going to charge for our literature. It's free, but on basis of donations. We know all who were in at the time. What it meant that actually it is not free of charge. Somebody has to pay for that. And it is going to be rank and file Jehovah's Witnesses. How? Jehovah's Witnesses by nature, they are very generous people, very loving people. I love them, believe it or not. Rank and file Jehovah's Witnesses, ordinary Jehovah's Witnesses, who take their little meeting bag and go to the Kingdom Hall, sit for 2 hours, come home, taking care of children, going to work and coming home. I know all that, been through all that. So they will make contributions a little bit bigger than usual, just to cover the costs of the literature. I don't know if you know or not, but there's a congregation, bookkeeper, accountant, I think it's called, and his books could not be in minus deficit. There's no way. Somebody has to make up the balance books, and that's ordinary Jehovah's Witnesses. The second thing that in 1990s, 92 come about was the news that was published in one of the English newspapers. I forgot the name. At the moment that hypocrites, Jehovah's Witnesses, join UN as NGOs. So the argument came